All right, let's continue on with our magic items and look first here at Luba's Troke of Souls. So we've seen other card decks in D&D, and they've decided to add another one. Next, we'll have the Lyre of Building, something specific and good for the bards, and then the Masquerade Tattoo. So looking here first at this new deck, we got something called Luba's Tarokka of Souls, and it is an artifact. So you know those are the strong ones there. They tell us here that not all lingering spirits are tragic souls lost on their way to the hereafter. Some languish as prisoners, souls so wicked mortals dare not free them upon an unsuspecting afterlife. So somebody's trapped these bad guys here. Created by a figure of Vistani legend, Luba's Troke of Souls shaped the destiny of countless heroes. The prophecies of this deck of cards also revealed great evils and guided its creator into the path of nefarious forces. Untold times the deck's creator, Mother Luba, narrowly escaped doom, spared only by her keen insights. But even for her, not all wickedness could be escaped. In the most dire cases, Mother Luba managed to ensnare beings of pure evil amid the strands of fate, imprisoning them within her Taroka deck. So it looks like if she couldn't destroy them, she had to imprison them if nothing else. There these foul spirits dwell still, trapped within another realm, hidden amid shuffling cards, waiting for fate to turn foul, as it inevitably will. So there are some very evil creatures trapped within this artifact deck of cards. Like all Taroka decks, the Troke of Souls is a lavishly illustrated collection of 54 cards comprising the 14 cards of the high deck and 40 other cards divided into 4 suits: coins, glyphs, stars, and swords. And here's what a few of them could look like shown right up there. So they tell you this artifact will have some random properties that you would expect. You can go to the DM's guide and roll up 2 minor detrimental properties and 2 minor beneficial properties. There are spells associated with holding the deck. While holding the deck, you can use an action to cast one of the following spells with a save DC of 18. Not bad. You can cast from it Comprehend Languages, Detect Evil and Good, Detect Magic, Detect Poison and Disease, Locate Object, and Scrying. Once you use the deck to cast one of those spells, you can't cast that spell again until dawn. So they tell you next you've got this ability, Enduring Visage. While holding the deck, you automatically succeed on Constitution saving throws made to maintain your concentration on divination spells. So if you're casting a divination spell and holding this deck, you cannot fail a con saving throw. How good is that right there? And then they want to talk about this Twist of Fate. As an action, you can draw a card from the deck and twist the fortune of another creature you can see within 15 feet of you. Choose one of the following effects. So the first thing you could do is wheel. The creature will have advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws for the next hour. So notice that's not one round, that's for an hour. That would be great for allies given that advantage. You could also cast a woe. The creature will now have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws for the next hour. So you could use that against enemies. The deck can be used in this way twice, and you regain all expended uses at the next dawn. So in here they tell you there's this Prisoners of Fate. Whenever you use that Twist of Fate property that we just mentioned, there's a chance that one of the souls trapped in the deck will escape. Roll a D100 and consult the souls of the Taroka table. If you roll one of the high cards, which will be the low numbers on the table, the soul associated with it escapes. You can get the stats out of the monster manual. If you roll a soul that's already escaped, roll again. So notice on a D100, 1 through 14 is not going to be good. So there they tell you what the card will look like, but look at what could escape. Flame Skull, a Wraith, a Banshee, a Vampire, a Mummy, a Death Knight, Ghost, Mummy Lord, Ghost again, Mummy, Wraith, Vampire Spawn, Vampire, or Vampire Spawn again. So a pretty good list of nasties there. The released soul appears at a random location within 10 to 100 miles of you and terrorizes the living. Until the released soul is destroyed, it gains the benefit of a wheel from the deck's Twist of Fate property, and both you and the original target of the Twist of Fate suffer the effect of woe. So the released undead gets a good property, a wheel, and you are going to get a woe. Then they mention the Shuffling Fate. If you go 7 days without using the Twist of Fate property, your attunement to Luba's Troke of Souls ends, and you can't attune it to you again until another creature uses the Twist of Fate on you. So you got to use it every 7 days if you want to keep it. They mention how to destroy the deck. Luba's Troke of Souls can be destroyed only if all 14 souls within are released and destroyed. This reveals a 15th soul, a Lich, that inhabits the Nether card, which appears only when the 14 souls are defeated. If this ancient entity is destroyed, the Nether card vanishes, and the deck becomes a normal Taroka deck, with no special properties, but it includes a new card of the DM's design. So you'd have to destroy all 14 of the creatures listed, and then a Lich after that right there. So that's a pretty tough little list right there that you'd have to get rid of if you want to permanently destroy this deck. The Lich alone is tough. They also give you some other background information right here on Mother Luba. So you'd have to destroy 15 different enemies to get rid of that deck right there. Next, they mention the Lyre of Building. Wondrous rare item, must be attuned by a bard. While holding this lyre, you can cast Mending as an action. You can also play the lyre as a reaction when an object or a structure you can see within 300 feet of you takes damage, causing it to be immune to that damage and any further damage of the same type until the start of your next turn. So this is all about mending and keeping objects and structures from being damaged or destroyed. In addition, you can play the lyre as an action to cast Fabricate, Move Earth, Pass Wall, or Summon Construct. And that spell can't be cast again until the next dawn. So good little spells and mending right there, all for the bard. And then they got the Masquerade Tattoo. They give you the usual background information on the tattoos and how they're used. That's always the same with each one. And then they tell you this one has a fluid ink property. As a bonus action, you can shape the tattoo into any color or pattern and move it onto any area of your skin. Whatever form it takes, it's always obviously a tattoo. It can range in size from no smaller than a copper piece to an intricate work of art that covers all your skin. So you could basically turn this tattoo into just about anything you wanted as long as it looks like another tattoo on your body. And then you have the Disguise Self with it. As an action, you can use the tattoo to cast the Disguise Self spell with a DC 13 to discern the disguise. Once the spell is cast from the tattoo, it can't be cast from the tattoo again until the next dawn. So something a little interesting added right there, Disguise Self, and you can move it around. Maybe you want to mimic a tattoo someone else has to infiltrate an area. That, along with the Disguise Self spell, might be very useful. There are the items we have for this video. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.